everybody, and welcome to an AK-47 magazine comparison video. In this video we're going to be comparing two different things. One, we will be comparing the weight of each magazine, unloaded versus loaded, and also the width of each magazine at the widest point on the magazine, which is usually the butt plate here. Which one will fit in a mag pouch better? And that's what we're going to find out here. Now I am curious, which one of these magazines do you think, as of right now, will come out to be the lightest magazine we have? Now, I don't think very many people are going to vote for the Steel magazine. However, we do also have the Magpul P Mag, the Tapco Smooth or Slab Side, the Tapco Waffle Pattern, and an original Bakelite magazine. Alright, let's go ahead and start with the Steel magazine. And that comes in at 11.9 ounces. Next will be the Magpul P Mag, coming in at 6.6 ounces. Next will be the Tapco Smooth or Slab Side, 6.7 ounces. Next will be the Tapco Waffle Pattern magazine at 7.2 ounces. And last but not least is the original Bakelite magazine at 7.9 ounces. So did you guess that the Magpul P Mag would be the lightest one? If so, congratulations. Now let's go ahead and weigh 30 rounds of AK ammo, just regular Tula, to see how much that would add to any one of these magazines. Now the ammunition I have is loose, so I'm going to go ahead and use this little bullet tray that I have, and we're going to zero it out and then go ahead and load this up with 30 rounds of Tula. Okay, with 30 rounds of Tula, it comes in at 17.2 ounces. So let me go ahead and explain the math just a little bit. A Steel magazine, empty, is going to weigh 11.9 ounces, which is less than a pound. If you load that magazine with 30 rounds of Tula, it becomes 29.1 ounces, which is almost 2 pounds. There's 16 ounces in a pound, so if you have 10 of those magazines and you're carrying them around, that's going to equate to 18.2 pounds. Going down the line, 10 P Mags fully loaded is going to be 14.9 pounds. That's 3.3 pounds lighter than 10 fully loaded Steel mags. So 3.3 pounds. Is that something that you're interested in when you're carrying a lot of gear? And maybe you're carrying it in the desert, or you're carrying it up in the woods or the hills. You know, 3 pounds. Well, ounces do equal pounds. Now the rest of these aren't as drastic as a difference as a P Mag versus a Steel mag when you're counting 10 magazines. However, a lot of people don't like the P Mags because it's untried. It's, you know, some of them have been known to break if the rifle is dropped. So maybe you're a Tapco fan, Waffle Pattern, right? So that's 15.3 pounds for 10 of them, which is only a, what, 0.4 difference? Or, better yet, maybe you like the slab sides or the smooth side Tapcos because they stack nicer in a pouch. Well, they're pretty much the same as a P Mag. In fact, it was beyond the first decimal point that it was a difference. So 14.9 pounds, that's as good as the P Mag over here if you have 10 of them. And then we have the Bakelite magazine, of course, that comes in at 15.7 pounds. Personally, I don't think you'd want to carry around a whole bunch of Bakelites. I just threw it in there because, hey, I like Bakelite for their historicalness and it looks pretty in the gun. Now, which one of these do you think is going to be the least wide or maybe the easiest to stack? And that's what we're going to find out next. And I have my handy-dandy calipers that we're going to find out the width of each magazine at its widest point. Alright, zeroing out my calipers. Let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and measure the Steel one first. And it's coming in at 1.199 inches. 1.199 inches. Alright, next is the P Mag. And that one is 1.289. 1.289. And next we have the Tapco Waffle Mag. This one's kind of a little bit fatter in the back, so it does have junk in the trunk. 1.411. Now for the Tapco slab side or smooth side here. And that is 1.344. And last but not least is the original Bakelite Magazine. Coming in at 1.218. So what does it really all tell you? Well, to each their own. Each person is going to have pros and cons on these magazines. I'm not telling you which one is better than the other. I'm just laying it out there for you to decide. Some people really like the durability of a steel magazine, and they don't care that it's going to weigh 3.3 pounds extra over one of the polymer mags. They say that this one's the most durable there is. And in a lot of ways they're right. But other people aren't going to want to haul around an extra 3.3 pounds if they're carrying 10 magazines. Or you can do the math depending on how many magazines you would be carrying, but it's just extra weight. So they might want to have a polymer magazine. However, one factor a lot of people don't consider when choosing magazines is how wide they are and how well they're going to fit into a magazine pouch and how they're going to carry on you. This waffle magazine, it's going to be a little bit more awkward when they're stacked in a mag pouch versus a steel or a P mag. And you know, even the slab side Tapco over here is not really that bad. The only part that's really thick is the plate itself, and everything else is much like the Bakelite magazine as far as, you know, it's slender. And I think as long as you have this butt plate stacked on top of another one, like so, I think it would work just fine. It wouldn't protrude too much at all. Whereas the Tapco Waffle, there's a lot more material on the magazine that's wider that comes to the wideness of the butt plate at the end of the magazine. So what does it all tell you? Who knows? Hopefully you found this video entertaining or helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you later.